Hello, good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys did enjoy your Thanksgiving service and spending time with your loved ones. I do have a topic I want to be discussing today. It's called being in your authentic self. Before I start, I would like to define what it means by being in my authentic self. Okay. The meaning of this is being true to myself, my values, my beliefs, and my personality without pretending to be somebody else just to impress other people. And also, when one is in his or her authentic self, it means your words and actions and behavior has to consistently match your identity. There are certain stuff that one needs to know when one says, "Oh, I want to be my authentic self." That means you also have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Vulnerable meaning it doesn't matter where you are and which people that you are with, you are the same, true and true. You don't have to be somebody else, and you don't have to have two faces or pretending to be someone you're not, or you have like a certain behavior with certain class of people and another behavior with another class of people. I'm not saying you shouldn't exhibit some trait of decency when you are living in your authentic self. I'm not saying go out like someone you are not. I'm just saying being in your authentic self is going to be consistent with your actions and your behavior. And you will not be ashamed when you are in your authentic self, regardless of what people say about you being in your authentic self. But there are ways to maintain this because sometimes it's very difficult for people to be in their authentic self because they don't have the self confidence in them. They believe they have to be pushover, number one, or they have to do whatever is happening in their environment or whatever their friends are doing. And this usually pushes people overboard, either the young ones, especially teenage girls or teenage boys. Sometimes we want to conform to the pressure of our peer group. So, but if you are in your authentic self, you will not succumb to that because you're gonna be yourself regardless of what your peers are doing. So that is being in your authentic self. And when you are in your authentic self, you have to constantly uh, kind of review certain stuff in your mind. What makes you come alive? What gives you that goose pimple that say, oh, it motivates you? It makes you want to get up in the morning and just do what you have to do. So those are the things that makes you being in your authentic self. If you're in an environment that prevents you from being in your authentic self, then I'm sorry, that is not the right environment for you, whether with friendship or work or any. Take yourself out of there because you cannot really be who you want to be. And if you are not who you want to be or who God created you to be, you will not be happy with yourself. That means you are not in your authentic self. Okay. And also, you have to be present with yourself every day, regardless of what is happening around you. Because if you're present with yourself, that means you knowing who you are, you knowing what you do, whether in secret or in openness, you are always the same person. There is no change. So that means being present with yourself no matter what is going on around you. But then you also have to have that social support network because sometimes it's challenging when you cannot be your authentic self, or if you decide to be in your authentic self, sometimes the environment that you are in might not allow you to do that. You are going to be judged. Trust me, if you don't have that backbone, you will not be able to be your authentic self. You will not be able to speak your truth. I'm not saying go there and bash everything that you see outside. You also have to be cognizant of the feelings of others, but you have to have that social network, people you can talk to and say, you know what, this is what I did. Is this a good one? Is this not? But don't let people decide for you in the end. You decide for yourself. That is also being in your authentic self. Speak the truth even when it hurts. I know people do not like the truth, even in our culture today. When you are speaking lies, they pat you in the back. Those people that speak the truth, sometimes they push them to the back. But if you know that is your truth, and you know it is the truth, stand by it and always speak your truth, okay? Take daily inventories. That's what they say. Remove what does not serve your highest good. People, places, or things. If they do not serve your highest good, do not let it be part of you, because they will diminish you, they will prevent you from being motivated, and they will prevent you from being the best you can be that God created you to be. Run away from those kind of people. Do not stay in those kind of environment, because all they will do is deplete your energy. When you step back and reflect, try, if you make a mistake, always go back and do your inventory. It doesn't mean that if you are in your authentic self, you have to be perfect. No one is perfect. Learning that also will save you a lot of headache. You don't want to beat yourself down even when you make mistake. Okay, sometimes when I'm in my authentic self, I can answer somebody the way I'm not supposed to answer them, or speak my truth the way it's going to hurt somebody. But it doesn't mean that I'm not in my authentic self, but I can just apologize for hurting them because they are in their feelings. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It gives the other person the validation to let them know that yes, I am speaking my truth. It might not be your truth, okay? But I'm speaking my truth, but I'm sorry if I did offend you. So that is how to go about that. And then you have what they call internal versus external influences that makes you to be in your authentic self. What drives you is one of the good ones that makes you to be in your authentic self. What motivates you? What makes you come alive? What makes you happy when you're doing it? What pushes you to become the better version of yourself? Those are things that will help you to be in your authentic self. Go towards that. And they have external forces too that might not be good. Sometimes it might be like achieving fame. Some people go in and say, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. So they want to be in their authentic self. Sometimes those things will cave you in the wrong path and not make you be in your authentic path. You have to have a genuine reason to be in your authentic path. Do not follow the expectation of people. Do not let people determine whether you're going to be happy or not, or whatever decision you have to make. Let it be your decision and nobody else's decision. If you are young, as a teenager, it's good to also discuss those with your parents. But if you're an adult and you know what you're doing and you have the mind frame that will make you make that decision, do that for yourself. Even when you get advice from people, let the final decision still come from you, because you are the one who wear the shoes and then you know where it fits. Okay, that is your action. And then do not let fame or money be your only driving force. They are part of life. It's good to have those things, but don't let that be your main driving force. Have other things that are your main driving force. Is it going to make you a better person? Is it going to improve your life? Is it going to be able to put food on your table or to be able to better your life in the future? Those are things you have to consider. Don't just be focused solely on money and fame. They are good, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you have to make sure those are not the only reasons you want to be in your authentic self, okay? Expectation of people, put that in your back burner, okay? I do not want you to comply or be doing something just because that is what people expect from you. I'm going to repeat that again. In the workplace, yes, there are expectations, okay? You are supposed to follow that because that is not your job. You do not own that job. If you don't follow the rules and regulations, you will be out of the door. When I say meeting people's expectation, these are people telling you what to do, what not to do. In the job place, they're going to tell you what to do. I have employees. If they don't want to do what I want, then they are out of the door because that is not their place. When they start having their place, they can make decisions for themselves, okay? Then they can set their own rules. But when you are working with someone, you still have to follow the rules. That is different from what I'm saying the expectation of people. Expectation of people is when they are pushing you to make decisions for you that is going to affect the rest of your life. Then you be the one to make that decision. If you're an adult, I'm not saying if you're a kid, you cannot solicit the suggestions of your parents. That is number one. Conclusions. Before I go to conclusion, there are advantages and disadvantages actually that you can get when you are in your authentic self. Number one is that it does improve your self confidence. Two, it creates better relationship and friendship. It improves your social, psychological, and mental well being. And it creates self love and acceptance. It reduces inner conflict. Yes, when you are in your authentic self, there's that peace of mind that goes with that, knowing that you are not acting like somebody else. Yes. So if you are acting the way you know in your core and core that that is what you feel and that there is a peace that goes with that, continue with that. Okay. That is where you have that inner peace that comes with it, no conflict in your inner self, and then you make better decisions with that. It boosts your resilience because if you are yourself, let me tell you, nobody can push you down. That is your truth. Okay. When you are in your authentic self, you will not be pushed from left to right because you know what you're doing. And because you know what you're doing, there is a peace that comes with that. Trust me, you make your decision, you stand by it. Even if it's a wrong decision sometimes, because we do sometimes make wrong decisions, even when we are in our authentic self. If I make wrong decision, I'm gonna go back and analyze where did I go wrong. Then I don't have to make the same mistake over and over again. So nobody is perfect. You're gonna fall down, you're gonna make mistakes, but always go back and reevaluate, okay, and find out why that mistake was done. There's also freedom to live based on your own expectation and not people's expectation. It gives you that peace of mind, and it's also make people to respect you, and then you respect others, and there's a building of trust. Have you ever seen where people will say, oh, she's so fake, I don't like her? Yes, it happens because people can read you. When you are true and authentic, people also know it. When you are fake, people also know it. But try at all time be known for what is good. Okay? You're gonna make mistakes, but if you are in your authentic self, people that might not buy it in the first place, after some time they start buying it because you are the same. Tomorrow, the same next tomorrow, you're not changing because that is you. And it gives you that peace of mind that you're not under the influence of anybody else and nobody's controlling your feelings, nobody's controlling your emotions, nobody's controlling the way you think. You have to think for yourself, but always pray with that. I do because I don't think everyone is perfect, but by praying to whatever you believe in, with that also helps you. It makes you make the right decision and not just based on your emotions alone, even though you are in your authentic self. Okay. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to send us an email, discuss about the topic. If there are other topics you want me to be diving into, then let me know. When it comes to being in your authentic self, always don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram page. And I'm also making videos also on my podcast. Okay. So go there and subscribe. Love you guys. Take care.